Aokigahara is a forest at the foot of Mount Fuji. It's a thick, green forest, but visitors say it's cursed. Compasses are often rendered useless by the rich deposits of magnetic iron in the area's volcanic soil. Due to the vastness of the forest, visitors are unlikely to encounter anyone once inside the so-called Sea of Trees. Legend has it that in ancient times of famine, families abandoned old and young here. Aokigahara is said to be haunted with the souls of the abandoned. Their spirits are said to scream through the night, especially between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m., the Japanese witching hour. This was about a year ago, on a hike I took for myself. After my first day, I found a good spot to bed down for the night and set up my camp. But at around 2 in the morning, I was awoken by a high-pitched scream. I looked outside my tent, but there was nothing there, so I went back to sleep thinking that I'd dreamt it. The next day, I continued hiking. I thought I knew the way, but when I checked my compass to make sure, the arrow was spinning instead of pointing north. I've been hiking for years, so I can usually find my way when I get lost, but not this time. I became totally disoriented. I walked and walked, but as darkness fell, I had no choice but to camp where I was. At around 2 a.m. again, I heard the same high-pitched scream. I grabbed my flashlight and went outside my tent. The beam of light swept over a small figure in white. I tried to call out, but found that my voice caught in my throat and I couldn't speak. I turned my flashlight off, crept back to the tent, and stayed awake the rest of the night. The next day, I still had no clue where I was. I hiked on, hoping to find my way out, when I stumbled upon a skull and a pile of bones half buried in the dirt. I began to run. I don't know how long I ran until I saw the Forest Workers Lodge and called the police there. We love the outdoors, so for our anniversary we thought we'd take camping trip together. We decided to go to the Aokigahara forest because it's nearby and we've never been there. Everyone thought we were crazy to go because of all the stories about it, but we were sure they couldn't be true. Well, we had been hiking for a while and were pretty deep into the forest. There were so many trees that it was pretty dark and surprisingly quiet. Somewhere in the middle of it, we passed by this. It was someone's camp. We figured it was a homeless person because it was pretty elaborate. The tent had been reinforced, there were pots and pans hanging from the trees, laundry on a line, junk all around, almost like a home. Then, we saw this very old man come around from the back. We said hello, but it was as if he didn't see us. By nighttime, we set up a camp. We tried to sleep, but we just couldn't. It was so quiet, too quiet. It really freaked us out. The next morning, we decided to just go home. There was something not right about this place. As we were packing up our things, we saw a pile of human bones. We had been sleeping next to them the whole night. We packed up as fast as we could and got out of there. But the problem was, our compass just would not give correct directions. We walked in circles all day, and eventually we walked right by where we had seen the man the day before, and everything was gone. The laundry, the tent, all of it. There's no way he could have moved all of it that night, he was too far into the woods. We were so lost we didn't make it out until the next morning. Now I completely believe this forest is cursed.